Hey guys, we are live. Welcome to Happy Businessing with Suze and my co-host Haley Gray. Hi, Haley.
Hey, Susan.
Haley is the founder of Women's Entrepreneur Network, a Facebook group. If you guys aren't in there yet, you should totally join. There are over 70,000 amazing women entrepreneurs over there. And she is also the founder of Fiercely Marketing and Leadership Girl. Again, another business powerhouse, business badass that's doing lots of amazing things. So thanks for being here, Haley.
Thank you for having me. This is a ton of fun.
Oh, well, we've been doing this for a few months now, and I always love having you on. So do you know what we're talking about today?
I don't know what we're talking about today. What are we talking about today?
Do you see that thing in the top right?
What's your vision? Myopically.
You guys, today we are talking about where are you going with your business? What's your vision? And
what do you mean? You don't have to have a vision? You can't just get in the car, start driving and hoping you get there?
You can. And a lot of businesses do. But don't forget that 80% of all new businesses fail within 5 years. Mm-hmm. So I would really like us to, reduce that number down a bit if we can. So when I think of visioning, oh, you know what? I should also add this guy right here. There we go. The little banner. You guys, if you're watching, I see you guys are watching. That's awesome. Please say hi. Tell us where you're watching from. Drop us a comment or a question. We are here for you live. So when I'm talking about visioning, I'm talking about looking forward in your business and not just the traditional stuff that someone would cover in a business plan. Our projections at this stage in 5 years will be here for revenue. I'm talking about all of it. The dreams, the lifestyle, what you want to get out of it, and your future goals for the business from you. It's personal, right? Include your dreams. All right. So you're doing a lot of different stuff.
One or two.
Do you want to share what your vision is for Women's Entrepreneur Network? Let's start there.
Sure. So my goal is to help 1 million small business owners grow their business in a way that makes sense for them.
1 million?
1 million. Just 1 million.
You're one-upping me. You're 1 million upping me. Well, because originally my goal was to help 1,000 small businesses grow and survive. Yeah. And then my coach said I was thinking way too small. And so I upped the game to 10,000. And now you're doing 1 million? Mm-hmm. How can I compete with that? Goodness.
Who said it has to be a competition?
Just a fun one.
Who said we
just
couldn't
a friendly one?
help each other do it?
Okay. Yeah, that works. That's kind of what we're doing right now.
Collaboration, right? And cooperation and that rising tide lifting all ships kind of thing. I mean, just a thought.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You can definitely magnify your impact when you collaborate, people. Absolutely.
Because I see a lot of people in the online space, especially that are okay, this is my little corner of the universe. Here, you go make money for me, but this is my corner of the universe. And there's not really true collaboration a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys, being a silo is not a great way to grow and have a larger impact. So you can have an impact, but it's never going to be beyond yourself, right? And your own capabilities. So just like scaling your business and you adding people to your team magnifies the impact you're able to have. So does collaborating with other business owners or business people and contacts in your space. I've been having so much fun lately networking, right? Because I'm on Clubhouse now. I've been on Clubhouse for almost 2 weeks. I love it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have a couple invites. If you guys need an invite, message me and I can get you on there. And Haley has some invites too. Seriously, I thought Clubhouse was going to be a fluke. I really did. I don't actually like podcasts because when I work, I actually need music, not talking. So I've never been a big podcast girl. I did not think I was going to like Clubhouse, but I love it. It's unprecedented access to some of the world's best business minds, you guys. Real access. Like you can communicate directly. Like it's amazing. So I'm having a blast.
Because they're choosing to be on there. It's amazing, right?
Yeah. And, I've had already probably 5 networking calls with new people to my network and amazing, passionate, values-driven people. And, I see collaboration potentials left and right. It's super cool. So yes, yes, yes. As you're thinking of the vision for your business, it is important for you to consider what are some key collaborations and partnerships that will be needed at those various stages. That is definitely one of the things to consider.
Absolutely.
So how about, so we talked about Women's Entrepreneur Network, and the vision for that is to help 1 million. Do you feel like you have separate and like, I can't come up with the word, separate visions for your other organizations? So Leadership Girl and Fiercely Marketing, or do you think of it all as kind of like Haley Gray Incorporated?
Yes and no, I think is probably the best way to answer that. Women's Entrepreneur Network is, the group, the membership, the coaching, the education, the resources, all of that kind of fun stuff. Fiercely Marketing is digital marketing services. So it's kind of separate, but a part of the whole thing. And as much as I'd love to think that I can fix marketing for 10,000 businesses, I realize that my impact is going to tend to be much smaller just because it's really hard to scale a digital marketing agency beyond a certain number of clients and serving them well. So we're really working on being a boutique, being highly skilled, highly customized at what we do, and doing an amazing job for those clients.
So do you guys hear this? She's very clear about her distinctions between the vision for these different businesses. Okay. She has it very clear in her mind. And I think that's something that people are really lacking. So it's okay that in the beginning, you may start your organization and just be sort of winging it. Okay. I think most people kind of start that way.
Yep.
But as soon as you possibly can, sit down and put some visioning down on paper, or better yet, you guys, sign up for my free masterclass. I'm finally ready to roll it out, Haley.
Yay.
It's so much work to put something like this together. And let me tell you, I'm so grateful for my business partner, Arana Velarde. She is amazing. She was helping me last night. I had technical issues and I was tired and I had other stuff going on, and she totally helped me out. Again, collaborations are key, people. But we are finally ready to roll out this masterclass, and it's totally free. We're going to do like an hour and a half session on March 18th, talk about visioning, give you guys an exercise and a workbook. You're going to have time to process and think through it overnight. And then we're going to come back the second day on March 19th, and we're going to share with each other and work on it together. Okay. So free is a very good price. If you're from the Pacific Northwest, you know what that's from. That is Tom Peterson's Inglorious 2. Those were the best commercials ever. But free is a very good price, right? So sign up for the masterclass. I want to show you guys all the power of creating a clear, meaningful vision that includes the dreams for your business. Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's about time, right? This is the first time I'm doing like a free class. So I'm just excited. It'll be a lot of fun. And we're planning to offer it, every 2 months or so like that. So if you can't catch this first one in March, you can also register for the next one in April. All right. So where are we at? I think I am going to pull up this vision brainstormer tool that I made a while back. So I don't know if you guys remember, but one of my very first go lives was with Carlos Burgess. He is a painter, artist, and business person. He's amazingly talented. And let me tell you, I cannot wait to move back to the US because we think we're moving to Virginia Beach. And that happens to be where he also lives. And guess what? That's also where my next painting lives. Ooh. I have a piece of digital art that he has created that I purchased. And it cost $1,700 to get it shipped here to Tokyo. So I told him just to hold on to it. So I can't wait to be reunited to my new painting.
Or united with.
United with. Yes, not reunited. Yes, I've never even gotten to see the whole thing. So I'm super excited. Anyway, so cool.
But I live like just a couple hours from there.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's crazy. We're all going to be actually close to each other. Andrea McDonald, too, right? With Pro Tax and Accounting, my other recurring co-host. Yeah, it's amazing. We're all going to actually get to hang out in person someday.
Crazy
but
thought.
Early on, when I started going live, I had Carlos on my show, and we were talking about visioning. And he didn't really have a clear vision of where he's going. So guess what? I threw this vision brainstorming worksheet together. And
I can't wait to see it.
You guys can't see it, but because it's not a finished product yet, right? But I do want to talk about it. Hi, Meg. How are you? Hi, Antonio. Thanks for being there. You guys drop us questions. Let us know if you're watching, where you're watching from. So some of the things that I talk about, I once did a video all about visioning too, where we talk about your hopes and your dreams and what the business looks like. And I think it's really important just to sort of like shut your eyes and actually envision that business down the road.
Yeah.
What does it look like? What does it feel like?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still involved? How much are you still involved? What's your role? What's the culture like? Mm-hmm. What's the reputation of that business when you look way forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And starting from there and capturing that is a wonderful starting point. And then from there, asking yourself, what's my end game here?
Right.
So many people start their business and they really have no end game in mind.
No.
They're just, like most people, I started a business so I could make money and survive. Of course. But,
didn't we all?
Yeah, of course. And both and, right? Like my therapist says. And you need to start thinking about what's the point. Watching from Oregon. Yay, thank you. What's the point of all this? What do you want out of it? Okay. Mm-hmm. And this is where you're going to ask yourself, is this a family business that you want to keep in the family? What does that look like? How does that change what your goals will be and the different milestones that need to happen to get there? Do you want to sell this business? What does that look like? Are you going to sell the whole thing and then be like done with it and then you move on to retire? Or do you have some other like favorite project that you want to work on, at that point? Mm-hmm. When does that happen? Is it 20 years from now? Is it 10 years from now? Doing this visioning work and thinking about the end game is really important early on. So what do you think your end game looks like, Haley, for, just pick any of your entities, like when you look like 10 years forward, what does it look like to you? What are you doing?
What am I doing? So my thought is to grow and scale Fiercely Marketing and eventually sell it.
Okay.
Women's Entrepreneur Network, I'm not entirely sure what my end game is going to totally look like with it. I really see not just helping women, with coaching and resources and a platform and all kinds of stuff, but also helping with things like funding and mentoring and other programs.
Ooh, I like it.
So I see it becoming something more and greater than me. And eventually maybe I'll go fade off into the sunset a bit. But transcend, as it were.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I see it becoming more than just what it is at this point.
Yeah.
And using, money from profits to do small business grants and being able to do a lot of things. Having it be a social enterprise where, it's a for-profit entity, but with that mission of giving back.
Right.
So that's where I kind of see Women's Entrepreneur Network going. And there's a lot of things that I'm putting in place right now to make that happen.
Okay. So can we go back to Fiercely Marketing for a second?
Mm-hmm.
So on that one, you were very clear. You are scaling this for a future sale. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Do you have in mind, you don't have to be super specific. Okay. I know we are live and everything. Do you have in mind, is that 5 years from now or 10 years from now, 2 years from now? Do you have a gauge of that?
So I'm looking at kids' ages and graduation from colleges and stuff. Yep. So given that, we're probably in the 10 to 15 year range.
Okay. Very cool. Do you have in mind, beyond the kids' ages and when your, home life and lifestyle changes, do you have in mind the milestones for the business that will be like, oh, when this happens, that's the trigger for me to know we're close? Do you have in mind what those milestones are?
Not so much. I'm really more looking for like the personal triggers at this point.
Yeah.
I do have like an idea of value of the company and, those types of things.
Yeah.
And being able to set it up and processes. And that's one of the reasons why I have been so maniacal in setting up duplicatable, repeatable processes in the business.
Yep. Very smart. Yeah. Because if you didn't have that clear vision of what you're doing, you may not have invested the time into that. Right?
Absolutely. Well,
so again, having a clear vision, helps you execute now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you know what's going to need to be done for you to get there eventually.
Well, and it's also really hard to be able to take off 3 or 4 weeks a year and actually have real vacation time in a couple of years if I don't document all the processes and make myself superfluous.
Yeah. Very true. All right. I was going to say,
doesn't sound like there's a well-defined vision. There is a very well.
Let's post that. Let's see. Okay. So Facebook user, we can't see your name, but doesn't sound like there's a well-defined vision. Well, this is what I wanted to say before I even saw that comment. It's okay for your vision to have some loose, personal, lifestyle-related triggers. That's the whole fucking point of the work that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So your vision, this vision isn't like the rigid visions and visioning work that you'll create for a traditional business plan. Mm-hmm. You got to do both because we are real people with real lives. We have families, we have dreams, we have passions, and it's all going to be different for everybody.
So, and I have all the projections and all the numbers,
totally,
and all that stuff out there.
Yep.
Marketing plans, vision plans, marketing. Yeah.
So I also do, right? I have a 10-year projections in Excel because my old accounting geek self, right, came into play. But that doesn't mean I don't pivot. That doesn't mean I don't tweak it. And what's really incredible is my vision for the company just in the last few months is really sort of changing shape a little bit. And so I think, the point is your vision for the company doesn't have to be etched in stone, but it does need to be worked through. You do need to create a document. You do need to capture your thoughts. You do need to create a plan. And you need to be realistic and understand there's real life at play too, right? And so for Haley, for that one entity of hers, it's okay that her trigger is based on a personal life circumstance. And she knows at this point, that's when she's going to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Totally fine. It seems like a pretty clear vision to me, but I love that this person posted that, and I would love them to comment some more. I want to hear more of what you think.
I'm kind of curious because I mean, I know where my financial goals are, but I'm not going to share that on Facebook.
Totally. Yeah, I'm not either. I know. So it makes it hard when we're trying to speak kind of,
I'm trying to give you the information without giving you the information because I know what numbers I need to be at in 10 years.
All right. So I'm going to show
and that gives me medical school plus 5 years.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. All right. So Meg posted, I want to be able to know that when a small handmade business puts their products in my hand, I can increase their sales and exposure. As long as I'm growing other businesses along with my own, I will be happy. Lovely. Lovely. I would say that, further defining that, getting more clear on like the end game. I know you're just sharing and contributing to the show, Meg, but I would like you to ponder end game and when that could possibly be and what that looks and feels like. Okay. Very good. Thank you guys. All right. Well, I really appreciate you guys commenting and getting involved with the conversation. I think that I feel like I've beaten this vision conversation like a dead horse now. Or beating a, what's that saying?
Beating a dead horse to death?
No.
Don't keep beating a dead horse.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. So here are a couple questions for you guys when you're thinking about vision. Okay. You need to be asking yourself, will you have multiple locations? This is a physical business. What does that look like? Will you have different products than you have right now? What do those look like? Different offerings. Who are your customers? Because over the course of your business and through to your end game, your target market will most likely shift. I know mine will. In fact, I have mine planned. My target market right now is entirely different than my phase 2 target market, which is also entirely different than my phase 3. Okay, so I know exactly at these different stages who my customers are. Okay, so you want to be thinking of that as your business grows too, to fit your vision. You want to think about your team. What does that look like? How big is it? Who are they? What's the culture like in the organization? How is we talked about this already. How is your personal time spent at that point in the business? And what do people think about when they think about your business? What's your reputation? And then beyond some of that squishy stuff, you guys, you need to be talking in terms of revenue, gross profit, net, EBITDA is one of the best, measurements for your business, your EBITDA.
Can you define EBITDA for most people?
EBITDA. It's earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and what is wrong with my brain?
EBITDA.
I know the A. I know. I just can't think of the word right now. I'm an accountant. I've had to use this word a million times. For some reason, my brain's not working. Wait, depreciation and it's like anyway.
Assets.
Assets. No. Fine. I'll Google it. I forgot, you guys. EBITDA. Hold on. The A. Oh, amortization. Sorry. Yes, amortization. And so that's a kind of like a universal measurement of your business, but you want to project those out for each stage of your business, including your end game. Okay. And then also don't forget to consider your personal income. What are you making from this business? How does that change? What's your lifestyle like? All that good stuff. So anyway, all those things are in the Vision Brainstormer and we'll be going over in the masterclass. Yep. Oh, hey, Meg has followed up. All right, let's see here. Meg, end game is to retire in 15, okay, after building a stable business that I can hand off to my kids. Oh, that is very clear. I like it. That's super cool. So what does retirement look like for you, Meg? Is it like in the traditional sense, or do you think you'll have some involvement still in the business? And then my other question is, I know it's a long way off, 15 years. I would recommend for any family business or legacy business, if you're considering on passing it on to your kids, you need to have a backup plan because, folks, anyone who has kids knows. Haley, are you cracking up?
They go sideways on you.
Sometimes they just are not interested in that same vision, right? And so have a backup plan. Be like, okay, so our main plan is that, yes, we keep it in the family, kids take over at a certain point, but I want you to have a secondary end game, okay?
Mhm.
Like if your kid is just not feeling it.
Yeah, think of the Walton kids.
Yeah, think about another option, but wonderful, Meg. That's very clear. Good job. Excellent, excellent.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, I don't know about you, but I am exhausted. I got about, she's also sharing beach house in Sunset Beach, a few blocks from the physical store I will open. Hell yeah. What are we sharing a brain, Meg? Me too. I don't need the physical store. My intention is that I'm a never retirer. I'm never going to retire. You know what? Because I love what I do. I love creating something from nothing. I love helping businesses create something from nothing. I love, doing this work. It's super fun. And so I don't think I'm ever going to actually retire. That's why I'm starting the nonprofit, because even after I retire, maybe financially, I'm still going to do this work. It's fun. But I will tell you right now, I have every intention of doing some of this work from a hammock on the beach.
Well, that's why I said, my senile self, I'll be on the board of directors or honorary board of directors or something. And, but yeah, absolutely. I don't, I've told our retirement, our financial planner, our CFP, that I don't really intend to retire in the sense of retirement like I saw my dad do at 55 and then.
Right. Yep. Yeah. But I do plan to be, you guys, pretty soon. The landscape behind me on my show is going to change. I'm going to be tan. There's going to be like palm trees in the background, ocean waves. I'm going to be doing this work from a laptop and a hammock someday. I'm telling you, I'm right there with you, Meg. I love the ocean. All right, Haley, you get final words. What do you want to promote, talk about, pitch, whatever you want to do before we wind up today?
So I have something really cool, and Susan is one of our speakers. The WEN Summit is coming up April 15th, 16th, and 17th. It is so cool. Susan is one of our presenting sponsors.
Whoop, whoop.
And if you want your tickets, go to wensummit.com. If you enter the coupon code in Bring a Friend, all lowercase and no spaces, then you get your ticket for just $1. And I think it is such an amazing opportunity to come and listen to Susan speak. We're talking about building your business mindset and
love it.
Really thinking about, how do you get your head in the game? Because honestly, after 12 months of COVID, we're kind of in fatigue mode at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
And how do we get our heads back in the game and put that A game on and drive this bus like we stole it? Kind of like my husband drives my car. It's kind of frightening, but kind of cool.
I'm just adding some comments out there.
Awesome. But seriously, get your tickets, wensummit.com. I'm so excited that you are going to be our presenting sponsor and, speaking at this event. It is really going to be amazing. And we had one in September of last year. We're doing 2 this year. And everybody who attended said it was just amazing. And I'm really looking forward to a repeat of that awesome experience.
It was really cool. And what you guys don't realize is when you join one of Haley's things, whether it's her summit or a challenge, like she does the Build Your Tribe challenge too, where she teaches you how to grow a Facebook group and create a real community and even, monetize it. here's the deal with Haley Gray's event. They're not just some one-time thing. Like once you're in the family, you're in the family. Like you have a community. I think it's incredible. I mean, the people that were in that other summit, the last summit that I was in, we're all still connected. We're all still supporting each other. It is beautiful. Made real relationships from that thing. So you guys sign up for it right now. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And yeah, thank you, Haley, for putting all the work that it takes into it. Oh. And I am honored to be a presenting sponsor or a sponsoring presenter or whatever the heck. I still don't know what it is. I forget what it's called.
Presenting sponsor.
Basically, it means that I get to have my logo in a couple of places. It's super exciting.
And you get lots of speaking time.
Oh, well, I think people have heard enough of me speaking. I better come up with some new material.
Yeah. Well, you've got about 2 months to come up with it. So I'm hopeful that you'll figure it out.
Rock and roll. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wind up if that's okay. Hey, you guys, if you want to continue this conversation about visioning, there's a link in the post. Okay. Sign up for the free masterclass. It's free. Free. I'm excited to do that with you all. You will walk away with clarity, direction. You're going to be fired up and you're going to be ready and have something to go execute upon. Number 2, there's a link in this post now for the When Summit. $1 using coupon code Bring a Friend. Okay. And that's also in the comments. I'll try to update the post for that too after the show. All right. Thank you guys so much. Haley, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Happy businessing.